Hi everyone and welcome. This is Tim. Thank you for joining me, and this is your weekly Angel Oracle card reading for Monday, November 3rd through Sunday, November 9th. Now look at this, we're already into November. Now November is the month 11, and 1-1, that's a master number, okay? So 1 and 1 is keeping your thoughts positive. And when you add the 11 with our 2014, that is 7, so that gives us 18. Now 18 in the tarot is the moon. Now last month we had the stars, so this was about destiny and about really wishing upon all of those things that we were wanting to manifest. With the moon aspect, moon energy is, the tarot here is about really kind of taking a look at the skeletons in the closet. I know I say that a lot with the moon, but that is really what that's about, is not being afraid to go into the unknown. And this is the energy that you may be feeling for this month, is about that energy. And it's asking you to really go within and listen to your intuition. You may be feeling insecure, or you may be feeling afraid to take that leap of faith. We had that leap of faith card last week. And that's what this is asking us for this whole month, is to move forward and to not be afraid, to take that first step into that unknown chartered territory or area. And you may be feeling that for this month. So if you are, that would be why. So let's go on ahead and get going for the week of this week's Oracle card reading. This again is for the reading for November 3rd through November 9th. And you can see the cards from last week. We were guided to really take a look at taking that leap of faith and making careful choices. We needed to, make the direct choice of how we needed to move for last week, which leads us into this week here, okay? So I'm going to be using the Angel Therapy Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. And then I'm also going to be using Toni Carmine Salerno's Universal Wisdom Oracle card deck. Okay, so we'll get us started here. And I have already shuffled these and prayed over them. And I'm just asking again what it is that we need to know for our highest good. This one really wants to come out. I'm going to choose that one here. And this one's hiding, so I'm going to choose that one. And then for the rest of our week here, this one here. Okay. And then the supporting cards, I wanted to just see what the Universal Wisdom Oracle card deck had to tell us here. This one for sure. And then we will go with this one here. Okay. All right. So, I was telling you that we are in the 11th month, and this 2014, so that was 18. But, if you add the 1 and the 8, that gives you a 9. And 9 is really about the endings, cycles, this tying up loose ends. So these are all of the things that the moon is telling us, that we need to take a look at the things that we haven't tied up yet and take care of those things. So I really feel that's why, as we get into 2015, which is 8, and the finances and career, this is really tying up those loose ends so that we can move forward. Wow, okay, twin flame. Oh, I like that. That's wonderful. And it says the answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. Okay, so this actually has to deal with your partner, significant other. So taking a look at, the information that's coming through between the two of you. Or if you have not found your twin flame, this actually is a representation that you may meet a very spiritually minded individual here, okay? So the answer to everything that's going on for this week involves synchronicity too with the twin flame here. So notice those things that repetitive words, repetitive actions. This is about writing a letter to your guardian angels, twin flame too. If you haven't actually met your twin flame, that's a great idea to write a letter to your twin flame's guardian angels, and that can just be bringing that twin flame to you, okay? But any questions that you have involved with this are really about just really everything, the synchronicity of here. So as we move into the middle part of the week, this is the throat chakra. And it says the angels are helping you lovingly speak your truth. So again, communication's very important here. And I notice the balance here. And this would represent the balance with the twin flame. So you may need to have a conversation with your significant other, the person that is in your life, and speaking up for what it is that you desire. So speak your truth is what I'm really hearing about this. But do it lovingly is also another thing that I'm hearing. But speaking up for what you need and for what you want. And this is just coming through because of the messages. I feel a lot of messages between the two of you and between other people as well. So twin flame also, this can actually represent an actual twin flame that you're going to be having conversations with for this week. But these are very close-minded soulmates as well that you will be having a lot of conversations going on. So this may be messages, emails, speaking up for what it is that you feel that you're not being heard, and also just kind of voicing your opinion, voicing what you need. Throat chakra is very creative, so this is also about writing and creating and expressing what you need. So definitely take action with that. And as we move into the rest of this week, this is interesting: clear, cancel, delete. So use only positive words and thoughts as they're rapidly manifesting into form. And ask your angels to cancel the effects of past negative thinking as this relates to what we've been talking about here. So for some of us, we may feel that in our past relationships, that if we haven't had a significant individual in our life, it may be that we felt that we weren't heard. So now we have an opportunity to clear, cancel, and delete that. And this is really asking you to think before you speak. Whenever I see this card here, this is really, that's what the card means. Is this card comes up because it's, I said something and I wish that I hadn't said that. So clear, cancel, delete, Archangel Michael. And this is our Archangel Michael here on this card. And that's what this is, the warning for this as well, is just really to make sure that think your thoughts over before you actually express them. And this may be partially writing the letter rather than saying what's really on your mind, because a lot of times, once it's said and it's out there, you can't take that back. So this is, again, I'm also hearing, you may have a very heartfelt message that you need to get across to someone, and it may be such emotion and in nature that of emotions there that you may need to write it out first and rehearse it, or get it into your mind's eye as to how you want it brought across. And this is, again, keeping that message positive. But the clear, cancel, delete is really a lot of times about worrying lately, or, having people that may bring you negativity to where you need to let all of that go. Okay. So the message here is really just to make sure that you ask your angels to help you become more aware of what you're saying before you actually speak them. Okay? So the theme for this, what I'm seeing for this week, is really voicing and expressing what you need, but to stop and think first before you speak those to the loved ones in your life, whether it be your twin flame, soulmate, very close, like-minded individuals, spiritually minded people. So that's the message here. Now, the supporting material here is love. So this fits right in, okay? And a lot of this energy here is bringing all of this about with love. We can have a very heartfelt conversation that may be very important in nature, and even though we may be feeling aggressive or assertive or anxious, we can take a few deep breaths and just focus on making sure that message is heartfelt and sent with love. And this love card relates to the relationship that you have with your twin flame. This is also the relationship with yourself too, or a family member, or even a friend. But this is embracing that. And that's the message for this one here. Now, as we move over here, ooh, abundance. So I like this. Definitely like this. So the abundance, is actually growth energy. So this is, I feel like all of this is going to move us forward and to make the relationship stronger. Okay. So for some of us, we actually may want the relationship to progress even further than what it is, but we may have a fear of rejection or fear that it may not come to fruition. So this is saying don't be afraid to do that. As long as you are very clear and that you are voicing what you need, it's okay to do so. So, the abundance, I love this because the card here is really about, you may feel as though that your life is currently lacking in some way, but this is actually moving it forward, okay? So the universe is providing this for us. And this is also giving and receiving freely without conditions, too. This is where the love card comes in. I'm hearing that as well. So all in all, I like the messages here. The leap of faith that we saw last week really can move us forward in with this week, especially if it does involve our relationships. Have a blessed week, everyone. And you can always find me on Facebook and also my website. And I look forward to talking to you next week. Bye now.